People, I am ready. Oh, Diana, where are you watching from? Where are you, Diana? Tell me where you're watching from. I want to know. Where are my people? All right. South B today. Blessed Mercy. Doha. Oh, dear Sarah Manav. Always Betty Pito is here. Manchester, Johannesburg. Kiambu, USA. South Africa. Qatar, Tupo, Dubai. All right, Mombasa, Nyali. Maradaima. All right. All right, Ashley, I can see you. Spring Valley. Guys, I'm deeply concerned by how we are starting life on the wrong footing. I'm finding men who are 27, 30, 33, and they are entering marriage life by moving in with a lady. Exactly the wrong way to start life. It's like opening a shop and starting by giving credit. Selling on loan, credit. Guys, hear me out. Hear me out. You cannot rush what you want to last forever. You cannot jump in a murky way, uncoordinated, unplanned, unthought through, if you want the thing to last. I beseech you by the mercies of God, study around and see the most stressful marriages. People came in without clear thinking. The following are the disadvantages of moving in. When you move in, you're not looking far ahead. You're not thinking of 20 years to come. You're carried by the present emotions. When you move in, it's emotions, it's sex, it's pregnancy, it's situation, it's here and now, it's the current. It's the present emotion that is causing you to move in. You do not evaluate long days to come. You do not look closer to see whether the red flags are present. You do not take enough care, and yet this thing is supposed to last lifetime, 50, 60 years. Personally, I hope to be in marriage life, God willing, for some 40 years at least. 40. That's longer than I have been alive so far. I could not sneak in, sliding into the bed sheets. Sex confuses emotions. It brings overwhelming emotions that cannot allow you to think straight. Now, this is the problem again with moving in. You cannot fully see the person's character. Even if you have known them for a year or so, then you say, let's move in. Why are you moving in? You waited all your youth to start life without a ceremony. Then you say, we'll do the ceremony later, when it has no taste, no meaning. And then there's no commitment, there's no boundary, there's no clarity. What are you doing? If they are good enough to move in, are they not good enough to marry? Some people give money and finances as a reason, but I'm just wondering, do you have to do millions or more money? It's not the budget, it's the commitment. Your status life needs to change with a ceremony. And I'm not talking about, it can be wedding if you want. It can be wedding if you want. Or it can be a small ceremony with your friends. It can be at the Attorney General. It can be at home with the parents. It can be any respectable ceremony to change your status from single to married. Why would you move in with a woman if you are not sure whether she's the one? You cannot test drive by living together, kicking out that one, getting another one. This one has failed the test. The other one has failed the test. What are you testing? Most people's anatomy is the same. The thing you need to test is character, and that one you test by talking, checking, conversing, interacting, situations, checking how they react to life. You cannot think straight between blankets. You cannot think about a woman when you're between her legs. I'm getting men who started life at the most terrible situation. A guy comes telling me, I've been living this girl for 8 months, 7 months, and now she moved out. She said she realized what we are doing is not godly, and she's pregnant for my child. Now I'm confused. She wants me to go and see her parents, but I don't have money. What? And I asked him, dude, have you just remembered that you have no money? Is it now that you're waking up to realize you don't have money to marry? Is it now that you're realizing you're waking up to realize that this woman can run away at any moment? She's feeling guilty. Why did you start life such a... Now you're expecting a child. You're about to be a daddy. And that is a permanent complication of your life. A permanent mark on your CV. And you're taking it casually. How old is the girl? 23. Idiot. 20 who? You call her 23-year-old a wife. Let me compose myself a little bit. The men who are cowards and idiots. They pick university students thinking they are safer because they don't threaten them, because they have no money. When you give her 500 shillings, she can comply. Now you have provided for her. She cannot see far. She can't read your character. There are men who are cowards and idiots. They get young girls thinking they're escaping the process. That girl will grow and be like the women you are avoiding. One day she'll grow up and realize you trapped her. She was too young to know you were old enough. You should have known better. You trapped her, made her pregnant. Now you're trying to escape responsibility. Maybe she's a snake. Maybe she's a tigress. Maybe she's a... She can be anything. She's in evolution stages and you can't see what she'll become because of your fear, your cowardice. You thought you can subdue her and keep her in a small space. She will grow up and become hardworking, more determined than you. It's better to date the woman on your level and see what she's made of. You can see whether she's a wife material or a wild material. Go for the group that you can see what they're made of. Escapism has no room here. It has no room here. Guys, the worst way to get married is to move in. If you must get married, do it in a ceremony. And let me remind these girls who come telling me madness, stupidity. There are many of you, 27-year girl, come telling me I was sex starved, I needed sex. When he met, I could not control myself. Don't bring your perversion to me. It's your duty to control your sexual hunger and thirst. That's your responsibility. You can't come removing your clothes and think you can command respect when you're around here going like an animal in heat. Let's have the control your emotions. Don't come here to complain that you are not respected and you came in removing your clothes. It's your job to control your feelings. Your emotions are your responsibility. Whew. If you start things wrong, they'll end wrong. Things don't end wrong, they start wrong. When left on their own, things don't wind up, they wind down. Listen, most of my brothers, we are being slain left, right, and center because of our lack of self-control, ability to use the thing between our ears. We are using the thing between our legs. You cannot sample a woman by sleeping with her. You may think you're on top of her, but she's the one on top of the game. The moment you unzip, the moment you undress for a woman, she controls the dynamic. Ask Samson. And with Samson, there was not even steamy sex described. It was just the woman's thighs. When he lay on her thighs, he lost his sobriety. Women, men listen. Men listen. There's an outcry, there's a hue and cry about the boy child, how the boy child has wasted. There's a hue and cry about the boy child wasting. But you're wasting because we are using the thing between our legs to think. You can't think when you are horny, when you are high, you can't think. Most men, when they're infatuated with a woman, they don't think. Delilah kept telling Samson that she's trying to kill him. She's trying to sell him away to enemies to kill him. And the dummy went on with the game. Although she is not even cunning, you're just an idiot. Most of the ladies are not even clever. We are just idiots. She's saying, I'm trying to sell you away to be killed. If you love me, tell me the truth so that I can kill you. Eh? You will be shaved. You will shaved. The anointing left. Anointing living. The book of Old Testament, I think it should be 2 Samuel, where the Ark of Covenant was carried away. It's called Ichabod. Somebody confirm the verse for me. It's somewhere in the scripture. Ichabod means the glory has departed. When you were shaved, Ichabod, strength departed. Your calling departed. Your vision. After they shaved him, they removed his eyes. After they removed his eyes, he started grinding for them. The guy used to be the governor. The governor in the Bible is called the judge, but really is the governor of the place. He was the governor. Now he's the grinding, not governing, but grinding. Is removed from being the seer, the one showing people the way, deciding for them, to be the one who can't see. Was grinding, from governing to grinding, because of a woman's thighs. Jesus, men, there's a hue and cry about boy child, but I have kept telling them, our men have lost touch with two things, with themselves and with their source. Don't lose touch with yourself and with your source. I don't have time to tell you all this. Men, stop marrying by moving in. Evaluate the woman with no strings attached. Don't sleep with her. Thank you. Somebody brought it. 1 Samuel 4:21. It was not a sermon. I just quoted it. Thank you, Betty Pito. Listen. Don't marry by moving in. Use your common Mackenzie ability. Evaluate women with no strings attached. Study her so that you can detach. Study her so that you can decide whether she qualifies or not. It's an interview. You don't do interview by getting mixed it up with a woman. And you women, those who tell me, it's been 5 years, he has never gone to see my parents. Don't bring your madness to me. You knew you sold by loan. If you end up with a defaulter, go tell Tala, Mshwari, they are used to handling defaulters. I don't have a credit, I don't have auctioneer services. It's been 5 years. We have 3 babies. He has never gone to my parents. What are you expecting, you dummy? You came in for free. You be taken for free. You sell cheap. You're treated cheap. Don't complain. Use your common Mackenzie ability. How many mothers today, they have never been paid for bride price because they moved in like you and you don't learn. There are guys today, they try to marry. They are told, this woman, bride price has never been paid. Go do what the father should have done. There are many women who hold on loan and you have seen it and you don't learn. You continue the same mistake. If you're too desperate, if you're too impatient, if you must move forward, if you must get married before you follow the procedure, go ahead and continue claiming. Loan defaulters, they need reminding every morning. Set an alarm for them. Make songs for them. Things don't end up wrong. They start wrong. Don't move in. Instead, move in steps. Obey process. Test whether the person is worth it enough, your time. Set the bar that they must marry you before they sleep with you. See whether they can measure up. If you can demand due diligence, if you can study them and see how serious they are, you'll have avoided most of the jokers. And those of you can tell me, even if you get officially married, you can still get left. Remove your madness from my space. If you follow due process, you'll have eliminated jokers. And if you follow due process and they marry you the right way, even if they divorce you later, even they leave you later, you can feel grief but no guilt because you did your part. You followed the right procedure. But if you sneak in and get married somehow, even if they leave you later, you can't tell what you did wrong because you disobeyed process. You jumped in, removed clothes, got pregnant, started jumping. Now you're claiming you're running after them. Follow process. Thank you, guys.